captive wild woman regarding the treatment of animals. It is pretty distressing to see some of the cruel treatment that existed back at that time before animals used in show business were more protected.
That is so mean.
Yes, it was, and nobody took a stand on continuity either, because we see Fred about to enter the cage, and it cuts to a shot of him already in the cage, then back to him finally going in.
It's quite disturbing, you know. Quite disturbing. Yes, quite disturbing.
Yes, and speaking of disturbing, since we get a lot of requests for it, we're going to do our drawing game again.
Great, another loser.
Thanks for your support. I'll draw a series of pictures. You identify them and sound out what they are to create words or phrases or whatever relating to this movie. It's quite a challenge. Are you ready?
No.
Well,
I'm sorry, but...
too bad, because I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, let's start out here. Now, this is one that you might get if you remember some old cartoons from the 60s that you might have seen. And also if you're a fan of music, because this guy and three of his friends had a very popular group that you might remember. And I think he showed up on that Saturday Night Live special that was on a little while ago. So you might know. Yeah, sure. And the definitive hairstyle might give it away. Do you think you know who it is?
No, yes, indeed.
All right, well, keep it to yourself till the very end, okay? That's the worst drawing I've ever... Okay, and now, here's the next thing. Okay, now, pay attention to this. This is something that you might see in a newspaper. You just still read newspapers, right? Right. Well, if you did, you'd see it. And even, you know, some people call commercials the same sort of thing, but, you know, do you know what this is?
Well, not exactly.
Well, I'll give you some time to figure it out while I draw the next one. Now, this one, you might have to think about a little bit. Here it is. Oh, it's morning. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? And early in the morning, you see a lovely flower, and dripping from the flower is something. Can you guess what that is?
Baloney.
Well, it's low-fat bologna, I believe. Okay, one more. This one you're going to get right away, I think. It's very simple, and so am I, so that'll make things easier. Okay, this guy is here, and he's very solemn, and he doesn't look very happy about it, but, you know, and then here, this will tip it in. Oh, look at that. Do you know what he's doing?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
All right, now I'll give you a chance to look at everything and figure the whole thing out, okay? Take a look. You got this guy, then this, then whatever's dripping off that.
Not so fast.
You just keep up with me. And finally, what this guy is going to do here, okay? So take a look. Have I given you enough time?
Yes.
Good. Then you have the answer, don't you? You do?
Not in this life, Bob.
All right, then I guess I'll have to tell you. Pay attention here. First of all, that poorly drawn person there is a beetle. It's Paul. Paul. And next to him is what we call an ad. That's an ad. Then next to that, in the morning, dripping from the flower is dew. Dew. You shouldn't say do like that, because you might get a different idea. And last of all, yes, this man is about to pray. So let's put them all together, okay? Paul, thank you. Oh, don't step on my lines. Paul, add, do, pray. Paul, add, do, pray. It's Paula Dupre. It's the Jungle Woman, Paula Dupre. Did you enjoy that?
What nonsense.
All right. No need to get upset. I tell you what. How about if we try again?
If you say so.
Okay. Let's see if you can get this one here. And, you know, we should have this pad around when we did those Invisible Man movies, because the first drawing disappeared. Ooh. Did you notice what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's start here. And I think this time you're really going to get this, because obviously you know what this is, right? Sure. And, okay, you do have an idea what this is, right?
Fuzzy Bunny!
No, it's... We really want to know is, what is this right here? Do you have an idea what that is?
No, yes, indeed.
Well, okay, keep it to yourself, because I got a few more things to draw. Okay, now this one, I know they don't really dress like this anymore, but it's a fine young man, and, you know, what would you call him? Do you have an idea what you'd call him?
Well, not exactly.
Well, think about it, because it's kind of a term that occasionally comes out. I gave him a balloon just for the fun there. All right, here's the next one. Get set for this. Now, this is something that this fella here might have played with when he was that young fellow that he is, and he'd use a stick to help roll this down the street, kind of. Or in the 50s or 60s, he might use it to do the hula. That's a good clue, isn't it? The hula?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
All right. And finally, oh, watch out for this guy. We've got here a terrible, terrible man, much like some people who have showed up in our movies. You know what kind of guy this is, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, frog-eating bats.
He doesn't look that hungry, but we don't care. He's some sort of mad scientist or something, perhaps. But he's got that weapon there, and we want to know what it is that it's shooting. Okay? What is his secret scientific weapon shooting there? All right, now, got them all up here. I'm going to go through them, and let's see. You remember, you've got to know what that dog is holding out there. And then, what do you call that young fellow? Then, the thing that rolls or can be used to do the hula. And finally, what is shooting from the gun that evil scientist has there? Give you a second to think about it and put it together, and you think you got the answer?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll help to give it to you here. First of all, the dog is holding out his paw. Paw. And that little fellow there is a young lad. Rolling down the street or doing the hula, that's got to be a hoop. A hoop. And finally, shooting from that gun that the mad scientist has is a ray. So let's put it together. Paw, lad, hoop, ray. Paw, lad, hoop, pray. Paula Dupre. Hey, see, it's Paula Dupre again. If this keeps up, I'm going to be drawing unemployment.
Okay, that's it. It's your last show.
I wasn't volunteering. Go to Svengoolie.com for exclusive web content, my blog, videos, jokes, and more. You can use your mouse.